2025 Fashion Hot Takes by Mateo Aaron. I wonder what this is going to be about. I'm not a fashion guy. I'm not into fashion. I dress myself fairly normally. So, yeah, I'm seeing this so you learn something too, I guess. Probably not. Knuckles. Yeah, it is Knuckles with, Knuckles from the Hood. Anyways, we're gonna look at this. I got no idea. Also, please consider liking, subscribing. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. The music is very concerning, as usually when there's music involved, I'm gonna get anally fisted by the copyright system from YouTube. I'm probably gonna get fucked. Oh no.
In this video, we're going over some 2025 fashion hot takes. Now, I asked the creative geniuses in my Discord community for the most out-of-pocket, juiciest hot takes, and some of them are insane. So we're going to be covering some of them, talking about trends, what's hot and what's not, and some sauce on how to actually improve your style. And I'm going to be giving some of my 200 IQ thoughts. So let's get it.
Roy's using too many potentially copyrighted songs. If I die, I know who's at fault. If you weren't there when I was pushing the squad, then don't be there when I'm collecting the loot. Fortnite Proverts 34 of 4. That's crazy. Wow.
First up, we got not liking a trend is a trend in itself. This goes directly.
Not liking a trend is a trend itself. It's over AF. Like, y'all just trying to be different. Okay, see. Yeah, technically, right? Like, when stuff is popular, you just don't like it. Like, those type of people. Yeah, okay, I get that. That makes sense.
Along with the take right after it. A6 is overrated AF. Like, y'all just trying to be different. Now, right off the bat, I'm not gonna lie. I agree, it is pretty trendy to be anti whatever the most popular thing is right now, but I feel like it's always been a thing. Like, counterculture is a trend. But with this A6 take, I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly how I felt when A6 first started getting popular. You know, the way I viewed it is like Nike and Adidas were like the big dogs.
It ain't that deep. They're just shoes. Am I the only one who looks at fashion and is like, it ain't that deep? I kind of don't care. Like, I look at this, it's like, I only care if it looks ugly, okay? Or if it looks stupid, then I guess I kind of care. But, like, overall, I don't really give much of a shit how somebody dresses. I'll be so for real.
Either a Nike's guy or an Adidas guy, but I lived in SoCal, so I was a Vans guy. But I always thought that A6 and those more like running type of shoes were always kind of ugly. So when they first started getting popular, I was just like, I feel like people are really they're just trying to be different, not going on the Nike or Adidas path, which is kind of how I feel about MFs talking about Puma speed guys. Like, it kind of just seems that's literally what is it called?
I mean, they kind of do look ugly. It's the red shoes. At the end of the day, it's hose shoes. My bad. I think the first one might have been actually correct. Regardless, I hate chunky shoes. I don't like these one either. I think like that could be the color though. They're fucking red.
Industry plan. That's literally a failed industry plan. The only time I've ever seen that shoe is on Instagram, and like especially one week a couple of months ago when it was like all the influencers trying to push it out in Paris Fashion Week, Puma speed. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Stop trying to make
Puma speed dog
happen. It's not going to happen.
Failed industry plan. But now with A6, it kind of opened up a new path for people. Like, there used to be two, Nike or Adidas. Now you could be.
And it's also like, I've never heard that these shoes are even called like that. I don't even pay attention to people's shoes. I'll be completely honest. I don't pay attention to people's shoes. Ever, at all. I don't even pay attention to my shoes. They're just shoes. Why would I want to look constantly at somebody's stinky feet?
A Nike guy, an Adidas guy, A6 guy, a New Balance guy. It's kind of all the same, but like, we got more options now. And I don't know how to explain it, but when I see an Asian
Nah, buddy, that's just the illusion of option. They all lead down the same similar looking shoe. It's the illusion of option.
in New Balances or Asics, I'm like, dude, that makes so much more sense than if I see an Asian in like Nike or Adidas. I don't know what it is. It just suits the vibe more. Like, bro, the New Balance ALD 550s genuinely changed the game for Asians. Genuinely changed the shoe game for Asians. Like, I know it wasn't just Asian foods wearing them, but like when I see this shoe, I just think of an Asian with a tote bag. It just looks so right to me. But as for me, I think Asics is one of those things that
New DLC shoes are racist. Moving on.
I can appreciate from a distance, but I don't think that it's my swag or that I ever rock anything that they have out right now. Okay, next up we got personal style. It does not mean following trends. A lot of people are so scared of following trends, they end up wearing stuff that they don't even like just to be different. Now, I actually agree with this. This is why you got to be really mindful about what trends you're actually buying into instead of just like, oh, that's kind of funny, you know, that's kind of cool. But as an example of what this take is saying, like Docs, right? Another person said Doc Martens are cool. I don't know if this is a hot take. I've seen Doc Martens.
I'm gonna have to say it. I have to say it. I am so out of date with like clothing trends. I don't know what's in, and I kind of don't care what's in. I'll just rock the same usual stuff, right? Shirt, jeans, works. That's it. That's legit it. Just random ass shoes, and that's fucking it.
Hate videos before, but for me, Docs are an example of something that I like. So whether it's really like popular or it's getting hate, whatever it is, I'll always mess with it. You know, I guess it's just black boots in general though. I used to think that I would never wear boots, but as it started getting more popular, I was like, I mean, why not try them? You know, they are kind of sick. Like I started seeing.
How could you do that? How could you do that? Black shoes and then these white stupid socks? Why would you do that? Why? That looks stupid. That is dumb.
Better, cooler, more unique ways to style them. So I guess that's a healthy way of experimenting with trends, just like this take is saying. Now next we got some Tim's talk. Tim's got to be left in the big 24. Timberlands aren't cool and look mid. Timberlands look stupid, and it's crazy to think about because like 10 years ago you would never see this. I think Tim's get so much hate now because most of the fits that we see in them are online and they're outside their natural habitat. They just look like basic boots. Like if boots had a starter skin, it would be Tim's because they don't look stupid on an MF like.
Is it really that deep? Is it really that? Are shoes that deep? Must it be that deep? I don't understand. I don't get it.
This, but then sometimes they just look like a cosplay on an MF like this. So it's just like they got basic fashion MF tags. You know, just like how songs can become TikTok songs. I'm good with leaving them in the big 24, but to be honest, black Tims are hard. I'm rocking with it because they just look like any other black boot. So I guess I'm saying I'm rocking with black. Now next, a lot of
Why always stop with the music beats, please? Thank you. Track pants are mid. Most GNCOs are mid. Most sweatpants are mid. I think Carhartt is overhyped. Decorative belts, like these little ones, are mid. I do not like myself. Yes, I'm gonna sweatpants kinda I agree.
people were mentioning how stuff was really mid. So let's talk about
And decorative belts is just weird. And just, the decorative belts are just like, if you're a belt is meant to keep your pants up, not to look good. I don't know, like look good without any real function. In Morgan Freeman's voice, at this point, Poker realized that shoes were indeed quite deep. It's not that deep. It's just shoes, bro.
it. The people got a lot to say about skinny jeans. Skinny, slim, straight jeans have got to be the ugliest pairs of pants to ever exist. Crazy take. No, I gotta disagree, chat. Skinny jeans have a place in fashion. They have a place in swag. If you do it properly, you know, it's just harder to pull off because skinny jeans really.
Never mind. Nah, I agree with that one. Skinny jeans are diabolical. I do agree. Skinny jeans. I also not quite like those jeans that like barely. They don't even like they go over the ankle, and at this point, it look like they kind of. I'm gonna say it. That it's just horrible. It just looks horrible. It just is. I'm sorry.
Only look good on skinny people. But when they put that shit on, they put that shit on. It's really not a one size fits all thing. It's skinny. It's a high skill level play, you know? Well, not really skill level because you can't change your body type like that, but you know what I mean. The difficulty here is higher than with baggy jeans, but there are some fire fits with skinny jeans. So now let's do a quick speed run of some takes. You know, we got track pants are mid. Track pants are calm. I like this.
You look homeless. I'm gonna say it. Most of the time, what's the word? You look like you look homeless. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna even go further. You look like you're you look like you're kind of broke. It's just, or you are Turkish. Here that means you are likely you are likely Turkish. When people wear these, that's what it means here at least.
Sportiness of them, they're perfectly rated in my opinion. Next up, most Jinkos are mid. You know, I think Jinkos are overrated, but for what they're going for, like the
That's the male equivalent to a skirt. I'm sorry. That is literally just the male equivalent to a shirt. Moving on.
baggy
To a skirt. That's just the male equivalent to a skirt.
baggy type of style, I think they're good. They're like B tier. They're all right. Overrated, but you know, they got their place, I guess. And with this one, I agree. Too many brands are making the same faded wash baggy jeans for like $100. Bro, the world does not need your faded, distressed denim, blah blah blah, baggy jeans. The world does not need more of this, you know? Keep her. She's yours, bro. Keep. Carhartt is overhyped. Now, I agree it is overhyped, but it's popular for a reason, you know? It's like actually durable, it's actually useful. So it is overhyped, but it's good. Now, decorative belts like the diesel ones are mid. I actually agree with this. The diesel belts are...
I generally don't think that decorative belts are necessary. It just, like, if I ask you why you're wearing a belt, right, and you say it's decoration, I'm like, the fuck you mean? Why are you wearing a belt?
Pretty corny. But I think that's just any belt with like a fat belt buckle logo that isn't like, that's not it. Like the Gucci belts, the LV belts, keep her. She's yours, not it.
Keep it. She's yours.
But I really F with some like the decorative artistic belts, I guess. I've seen some really sick ones with like cool ass designs.
I love how she dancing, got me feeling for you.
Okay, now let's talk about some of these. Dressing in simple clothes is not considered fashionable. Having mid style that you stay true to because you like it is 1000% better than people with cool styles that only follow trends. Going for a minimalistic wardrobe is nerfing yourself. Now, I think the best way to explain my point on these takes is by talking about another take. Someone said fashion doesn't matter, which I understand what bro is saying, but like it definitely does matter. It's a big part of your appearance, and appearances matter. But once you make it past a certain XP level,
yeah, way too much fashion sense. No fashion sense. Average fashion hobby, bro. As long as the belt whips, it's a keep. I know what you are. I know what you are. I just know what you are. Anyways, I'm like the kind of guy, doesn't matter. I don't give a shit that much. I'll be real.
it's really just a hobby at that point. Like for most people, your goal should just be to improve your style and dress better than the average person. Because after a certain threshold, you'll slowly start getting too deep into the rabbit hole. And then you just become like a fashion incel. Like as you go deeper, it goes from a healthy hobby. Having healthy hobbies is good. Like interests are super important. But if you're wasting all your money,
So we have incel, volcel, IQ cell, looks maxers, and now the fashion cell. Awesome.
and it's your only hobby, like your only interest, that's when you're doing too much. That's when it's kind of toxic. Like as long as it's healthy, I think it's a good thing. Fashion should really just be whatever you want it to be, wherever you are on the bell curve. For me, it's a hobby, but I honestly enjoy the meme novelty of it more than like the standard fashion designer industry aspect to it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, might be self-reporting here, but I'm not a fashion demon like that. I don't know anything about designers. So when MF say hot takes like the bombings were necessary because without them we wouldn't have Yoji, or like
Damn. Well, that's a statement. What is fashion to you? Nothing. I don't care all that much. I'll be real. I don't care if it fits. I'll wear it. It's that simple. If it's just like something to serve a purpose for, right? That's it.
Issey Miyake is the greatest fashion designer ever. That's sick. But I wouldn't know, gang. Like, necessary is a crazy statement too, though. But like, there might be some truth to this, because Michael Jordan would have never been Michael Jordan if he didn't get cut from his high school basketball team. You know, maybe Yoji would never be Yoji if Japan never got bombed.
Heroes never die.
The more you know. Okay, next up, stealing other.
That's just a crazy statement from Jeans to Atomic Bombs. That's just crazy.
People's styles is the best way to curate your own original one. I wouldn't say it's original, but I do think it's the best way to improve your style. But the thing is, steal like an artist, because otherwise, if you do it too much, then you just walk on the street and someone sees you and all they're thinking is like, oh man, this guy's a TikTok fashion NPC clone. Like, damn, bro, this guy thinks he's him, but in reality he's not. Like, that's all they're thinking. Or at least I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of what I'd be thinking.
Life after you give in and become a hating ass. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Stop. Be an asshole. Thank you.
But steal like an artist, that's where the best original styles come from, because you're never really gonna have an original style. So I think it's better to just focus on finding what styles do you like and making it personal. But yeah, as bro said, you gotta jack some stylists, nothing wrong with that. Next up, we got some differing opinions on reps. Now, wearing reps because you're broke ain't an excuse. Then we got reps are good for the fashion community because they make it more accessible to the average person who can't afford some brands. Are reps good for the fashion community, chat? Now, I think this is actually very interesting. You know, I like that these people are saying it because it creates a bunch of conversation and you can really argue for both sides. Like, I've never worn reps, but I don't really mind it if someone else wears reps. But like, if you're wearing reps and you're playing it off like they're real, that's so corny. Like, bro, just get your money up, I guess, because I don't think you need expensive designer brands to have good style. I don't know, it's really not that deep, but I don't think that fashion should be pay to win. A good style will always mog a designer pay to win fit.
See, I agree. The problem is just like when people run around and use these fake brands and want to like these ripoffs and want to, you know, say that, act like they're the real thing. It's just, I don't know. It's silly. Reps are good. Reps are great. I have two Nike. Both are reps. I don't see really the use in those. Like, it feels silly. It's just like, you're broke, but you want to be part of the team. It really is just, you're broke, but you want to be part of the team. It's that it. Also, if you feel like you need to rely on reps, you have better style, just say you can't dress, bro. I don't know. It's just like, personally, I don't see much of a reason to just wear like ripoffs. I don't see much of a point.
But I do appreciate the collectible hobbyization of being like really into niche or rare clothes. You know, it's just not for me. Like if an MF with baggy jeans and a road mic came up to me on the street and was like, yo, bro, what's your favorite brand right now? I'm saying Trader Joe's, not Historic Glamour. I'm not gonna lie, like, I wouldn't say I really have a favorite fashion brand. I guess I like Costco socks.
You're not even the fuck. I be going hard.
Okay, next up we got almost all fashion influencers would be nothing if you gave them the budget of the regular fashion enthusiast. You know, I would say there is some truth to this. There's definitely a lot of
There's a slight problem with fashion influencers in that they don't even buy the stuff. That there has been like recent callouts of these scams like quite a while ago, like a few years back, where people were called out for like being like these fashion and like just like shopping influencers, right? But they didn't even buy the stuff. They just had it, showed it off, and then just like gave it back. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these don't really buy the stuff. Probably. Very likely.
fashion influencers who are only popular because they have a budget for flashy, expensive items. When a trend comes around, they're able to farm it right away because they got the money, and that gets them more views. But there's also a lot of influencers who are popular because of their taste. Like, I think it's very interesting to think about because you don't necessarily need the budget, but it does make it 100 times easier to get views. I can't really name drop names off the dome like that, but if you look at any influencer's page, I think you can kind of tell if they're just like trend farming styles, the hype styles, or if they actually got good taste and put that shit on. The thing is, smart influencers are probably doing a bit of both because good taste and a budget is a viral formula. Boom. Now these takes right here, chat, are probably the most important if you want to get a better style. Dressing in simple clothes is not considered fashionable. Pulling off a look is more about your vibe. Someone who has been wearing the same fit for 3 to 5 years, while objectively has the less stylish fit, they have 10 times the swagger. Now, the way I think about these is that yes, your vibe is what makes or breaks your swag. If your fit is swag or not. You know, I've been thinking a lot about this idea of like trying hard, forcing styles. And I think I've really figured out what the issue is. So here's the case study example, right? Basically, bro is saying that someone whose fit is more real.
That's why I can't pull off any fit. You know why? I have a resting bitch face. I look like you've just insulted my dog. I look at you like you just ran over my dog the entire time, consistently for hours on end. It's just, you know, like the emoji with like the 2 pointy eyes and then just like a line as like a mouth, like just a straight line as a mouth. That's me every single day. It's just the truth. That's just me. I don't have a vibe. My vibe is terror. That's it.
Like their clothes are naturally distressed through the ups and downs of life is 10 times swaggier than someone who has a pay to win try hard fit. And I would 100% agree with this take, but I wanted to figure out why I agree with it. Like what's the root of all of this? And then it hit me. The best way I would describe this is that this pay to win style is kind of like AI art, or you know those AI portraits. It's literally the uncanny valley. When an MF has an entirely fresh, out the store, new fit, it looks too new. It looks too like AI art, like uncanny, like, because even through a picture you can kind of be like, I can tell this guy had these pants for like 5 years, or it's like, damn bro, did this guy buy these pants today? And I think with the AI art fit, it just looks too picture perfect world like it looks like you know how people hate AI art because it just looks like unnatural. It's not as natural, which makes the vibe a little uncanny. And speaking on,
well, don't worry about that. we already struggled differentiating it soon enough. Give it 3 more years and you will no longer know what's real and what's fake. And then does no longer look uncanny or non-human, don't you? Wait. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's fashion, bro. I kind of don't care. I have a bitch face too, but at least I enjoy my fit. I just wear mostly black. That's it. That's really it. Mostly darker colors. That's what I usually wear. And honestly, it's more so about the vibes, and I don't have vibes. Right? I don't have vibes.
other takes, all this just goes back to the vibe. This is what I mean when I say that your swag is more than just the clothes that you're wearing, chat. You know, it's like it's the entire aura that you give off. Like, you can honestly tell when someone's experienced life in their fit. You can tell when an MF made some bread, got heartbroken, hit some devious licks, done some NSFW activities in their fit. You can't exactly see it, but like all that shit adds to the vibe of the fit. And that's what I mean by saying letting your clothes marinate. You got to experience life in them. Now, next we got, most of the time, confidence in the fit is more important than the fit itself. A 6 out of 10 fit with confidence beats a 10 out of 10 fit with no confidence. Now, another thing is confidence. confidence plays a big part in making the fit look better. Because I guess this relates to another take someone said.
So to make a fit work, I already missed two things: the vibes and the confidence. And physically attractive. That's a third one. I'm cooked. Emo's still a vibe. It's not really emo, just like I just like wearing darker clothes. I don't like bright clothes overall. My vibe is just utter terror the entire time. Because life has burned itself into my face. That's just the reality.
If you got a good fit on and you're fat, the first thing people see is that you're fat. No hate though, XX. Being physically attractive can make a 3 out of 10 fit go to a 9 out of 10 fit. Sometimes ugly people just can't get into it, bro. Now with these, it kind of just goes back to the fact that if you're in shape and you're attractive, 99% of clothes will look good on you, because it's way easier to make clothes look better when you look better. But that is kind of true. Like, even if you have a good fit on and you're fat, most people are just gonna see that you're fat. Like, it sounds bad to say, but you can kind of think about it like modding out a car.
The problem is that the clothes don't save a face, right? Being in shape does not save a face. If you have a bad face cart, if you have a bad face cart, you're literally cooked. Like there's no way any fit can save you all that much.
You know, you can get sick ass rims, a custom paint job, a new suspension, but like if you got a Prius, no one's gonna care. It's still a Prius. And I don't say that to shame anyone. I'm just keeping it a buck. The blunt reality is, if you want to look better in your clothes, if you want to improve your style, the people don't want to hear this, right? But lose weight. That's the best thing that you can do, you know? Spending $25 on a gym membership every month is going to make your style so much better than spending $100 on another jacket that you're only going to wear once. Because when you're in better shape, the clothes will fit you better.
Too bad your face will not be saved by this. No amount of clothing, no amount of fitting can save that face of yours. If you look like the Grinch and Gorlok the Destroyer had a child, and that child was ran over 10 times.
Next up, we got NPC pieces are just popular because they're the best. Fashion is worth the damage to your wallet because the items you buy are higher quality and more personal than what a fashion NPC would buy. Now, I wouldn't say that they're the best. I think they're just the trendiest at the moment. Like, think of the Stussy A-Ball fleece. That was an NPC piece, but looking back, it's pretty mid. But then there's also the Carhartt jackets, which are very trendy, but they're good, stylish, durable jackets. And I'm sure there's dozens of other durable, stylish jackets that are just as good. But the thing is, the brand and vibe around the pieces carry the weight of why it's so popular. Not necessarily that they're just the best quality. Okay, now we got one that I honestly don't really know how to feel about.
Okay, here we go. That's going to be interesting. You go to the gym today? Today I had pull day. Yay. So I can't really feel my arms, which is cool.
TikTok has done more bad for the fashion community than good. It might have introduced a lot of people into fashion, but it made people lose originality in their outfits and made the community much more toxic. The thing is, I see what they're saying. It did make everyone dress better because it was so easy to learn how to dress better, how to get style inspo fast. It's kind of like how when something gets more notice, it loses the specialness of it. But then I think about
The Rife Respecter. That's a performative male right there. Pull, rip. It's okay. It's okay. I just did so many that I almost thought I'd pass out. Yay.
the TikTok puff print clothing brands that spawned in. I'm just like, you know, you're probably right. It did help a lot of people, but I think it kind of made fashion a little more small-minded when it comes to creativity.
Drunk in love.
Now, next up, we got...
Who the heck would pay over $200 for that? At that point, you're just trying to flex at this point, or you want to have a looking ugly speedrun.
ghillie suits. Now, I know this just says ghillie suits, but it kind of makes me think about all the styles and fits that are just out of the ordinary fashion. Like all those fits that when someone wears it, just like...
Yeah, pulling up to college in a ghillie suit. Why not? I see no issue. I see no issue. Why not do a little bit of war? Why not?
Turns everybody's head. Everybody kind of hates on it. And I've been thinking about it lately. Like, I do hate on a lot of stuff, a lot of fits, but it's all in good measure. Like, it's not really that serious. Because the reality is that the ghillie suit, the insane over the top DTM, OPM fit, or like whatever it is. This is the chaos that fashion needs. It's the plot twist that makes the movie interesting. The spice, if you will, you know? Think about it. Batman would not be Batman without the Joker. It's like Yoji wouldn't be Yoji without the bombs. Crazy.
I mean, the Joker isn't in every Batman movie, so still kinda, but not really. It really depends. Especially since in in modern times, the Joker isn't even that involved at all, really. So,
It's the necessary evil that holds the harmony, holds the balance in the fashion world together.
You complete me.
Anyways, here's some bonus loot takes.
Yeah, I got Acne Studios is gay. Got no idea. Loafers are the most overrated shoes at the moment and are the 2025 version of Tim's. People are doing too much and need to realize simple, clean fit is enough. Don't know about that. Uggs need to be deleted. I got no idea. To be fair, I can read all of these, but I got no idea. Hot take. I never round up for them kids or cancer. Now, if you are, if you want to look at anything of these, sure. My personal opinion, I got no idea about this stuff. That one is just KKK outfit in black. That's just literally the anti-KKK at this point. Anyways, I got no idea. Like, comment, and subscribe.